80s and 90s, Jean-Claude Van Damme was the embodiment of action movies. His high-flying kicks, intense fight scenes, and undeniable charisma made him a household name. But what happened to the muscles from Brussels? Why did his prominence fade, relegating him to the direct-to-DVD market? Today, we're diving into the untold truth of Jean-Claude Van Damme. Trust me, there's a lot more to his story than meets the eye. Jean-Claude Van Damme's journey to stardom wasn't easy. Born Jean-Claude Camille François in Varenberg in Belgium, he faced numerous challenges on his path to becoming an action legend. His parents, Eliana and Eugene van Warenberg, led ordinary lives, with his father working as an accountant and his mother as a florist. Van Damme's upbringing in a bilingual household, with his father from Brussels and his Flemish mother speaking Dutch, laid the foundation for his diverse cultural background. From an early age, Van Damme had remarkable physical abilities that earned him the nickname, the Muscles from Brussels. His journey towards stardom began with his father introducing him to martial arts, aiming to address Jean-Claude's physical weakness. The young Van Damme, inspired by superheroes from comic books, embarked on a journey of self-improvement through rigorous training. At the age of 11, Van Damme started practicing martial arts at the Centre National de Karate, under Master Claude Goetz in Ixelles, Belgium. Over the years, he honed his skills, eventually joining the Belgian national team and achieving notable success, including winning the European Professional Karate Association Middleweight Championship. In addition to martial arts, he embraced bodybuilding and also ballet, which he pursued for 5 years. His dedication to ballet, which is often considered one of the most demanding forms of physical training, underscored his exceptional strength and flexibility. The renowned choreographer Maurice Bayart recognized Van Damme's talent and offered him a place in his troupe, but Van Damme's aspirations were elsewhere. By the age of 18, Van Damme had earned a black belt in karate and the of Mr. Belgium at a bodybuilding competition. He credited karate for transforming him both physically and mentally, and instilling in him the dream of becoming a movie star. Combining his martial arts prowess with the grace of ballet, Van Damme carved a unique niche for himself in Hollywood. His career in martial arts was marked by numerous victories and accolades, including an impressive record of 18 knockout victories and only 1 loss in kickboxing matches. In semi- or light contact fights, he boasts an impressive 44 wins to 4 losses, showing undeniable talent and expertise. However, his ultimate goal was to transition into acting, a dream he pursued relentlessly. The ups and downs on his journey to stardom in 1980, Van Damme got married to Maria Rodriguez, a woman of Venezuelan origin, at the age of 19. Speaking of relationships, he has been married a total of 5 times to 4 women. His marriages, marked by ups and downs, reveal a tumultuous personal life behind the action hero persona. Despite rumors of his first marriage being arranged due to Maria's wealth, the couple dated for 2 years before tying the knot. Also, Maria supported Van Damme's ambitions by sponsoring his business ventures, including the opening of California Gym, where he taught various fitness disciplines. His success in martial arts quickly caught the attention of insiders as well, with people like Mike Anderson and Gert Lemmens recognizing his potential as a future star. His decision to leave martial arts and shockingly divorce his wife after 4 years, all in pursuit of his acting dreams, underscored his unwavering determination. Still, in the early 1980s, Jean-Claude Van Damme embarked on a new chapter in his life, one that would see him rise to international fame as one of Hollywood's most iconic action stars. Accompanied by his friend Michel Casey, he embarked on a journey from Belgium to the United States with little more than $3,000 in his pocket and minimal English proficiency. Their mission was to pursue the American dream and establish themselves as actors. Van Damme's unwavering confidence, instilled by his background in karate, propelled him forward. Despite initial optimism, Van Damme encountered hardships upon running out of money, leading to a period of homelessness where he resorted to living and sleeping in his car. Yet his steadfast focus on his aspirations never wavered. Van Damme's breakthrough came with minor roles, such as appearing as an extra in the 1984 hip-hop dance film Breakin'. Additionally, he forged a friendship with martial arts star Chuck Norris, leading to opportunities to work alongside him and even participate in the stunt team for the 1984 action film Missing in Action. However, true success remained elusive, and Van Damme's journey to stardom was fraught with setbacks, forcing him to take odd jobs to make ends meet. Amidst these struggles, Van Damme's personal life underwent changes, including new marriages and divorces. His relationships were marked by turmoil, with his second wife Cynthia Derderian describing life with him as tumultuous. They were married for only 3 months. Despite these personal challenges, Van Damme remained steadfast in his pursuit of Hollywood stardom. How Van Damme became a movie star in 1986, Van Damme landed his first significant role as the Russian villain Ivan in Corey Yuen's martial arts film, No Retreat, No Surrender. This marked a pivotal moment in his career, propelling him further into the spotlight. The following year, Van Damme secured a role in the early version of the iconic movie Predator as the titular character. However, he left the production when he realized he wouldn't be showcasing his martial arts skills in the film, a decision consistent with his commitment to his craft and artistic integrity. In 1988, Van Damme's perseverance paid off with the release of Bloodsport, a film that catapulted him to fame. Portraying real-life martial artist Frank W. Dux, his performance captivated audiences and opened doors to larger cinematic endeavors. The success of Bloodsport solidified Van Damme's status as an action star and set the stage for his illustrious career. Amidst his rising fame, Van Damme's personal life continued to evolve, including his marriage to American bodybuilding champion Gladys Portuguese. Their partnership symbolized a turning point in Van Damme's life, marked with stability and unwavering support. As Van Damme's star continued to ascend, he showcased his versatility by portraying Russian villains in films like Black Eagle alongside Shokisugi. Following the triumph of Bloodsport, Canon Films also presented him with a pivotal decision: the lead role in 3 films, Delta Force 2, American Ninja 3, and Cyborg, directed by Albert Poon. Opting for Cyborg, Van Damme embarked on a new cinematic venture. Interestingly, Poon initially envisioned Chuck Norris for the role, given Norris' affiliation with the Canon Group, Inc. Yet it was Van Damme who ultimately clinched the part, though it was for a meager $50,000. Originally intended as a sequel to the TV movie Lords of the Universe, Cyborg underwent a transformation into a feature film. Shot in just 24 days in Wilmington, North Carolina, the production faced challenges, including limited character interactions and sparse dialogue. Tragically, an accident occurred during filming when a rubber knife mishap led to stuntman Jackson "The Rock" Pinkney sustaining partial blindness. Van Damme faced legal repercussions, highlighting prior accusations of excessive force on set. Despite setbacks, Cyborg debuted triumphantly in 830 cinemas, exceeding expectations with a first weekend gross of over $3 million. However, subsequent sequels, Cyborg TO, The Glass Shadow, and Cyborg 3, The Recycler, failed to replicate the original success. Concurrently, Van Damme starred in Kickboxer, showcasing his prowess in Shotokan Karate and Muay Thai. Kickboxer resonated with audiences, earning over $50 million on a modest $3 million budget and launching the Kickboxer franchise. In 1990, he headlined action films Death Warrant and Lionheart, marking a departure from simplistic karate movies and solidifying his status as a multifaceted action star. The year 1991 saw Van Damme's collaboration with director Sheldon Lettich in Double Impact, where he portrayed twin brothers seeking retribution. Despite mixed critical reception, the film garnered $24 million in its first 28 days, cementing Van Damme's box office appeal. Notably, his performance included a memorable scene that captivated audiences, reinforcing his on-screen charisma. Van Damme's trajectory ascended further with his starring role in Universal Soldier, directed by Roland Emmerich. Despite initial challenges in production location and directorial changes, the film resonated with audiences globally, grossing over $100 million against a $23 million budget. Furthermore, it paved the way for Van Damme's virtual presence in video games, laying the groundwork for iconic characters like Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat. Not only does he and Johnny Cage share similar appearances, but their backgrounds also echo each other. Both are Hollywood actors, and their initials contain JC. However, due to a licensing setback, the character's appearance ended up being modeled after another actor, though still reminiscent of Van Damme. Despite this, the essence of the character unmistakably channels Van Damme's persona, making it a nod to the iconic action hero. The best of Van Damme's performances in 1993, Van Damme made cameo appearances in Last Action Hero and starred in Nowhere to Run, marking the first of a 3-picture deal with Columbia Pictures. His fee for the latter soared to $3.5 million. The film garnered praise for staying true to Van Damme's audience while pushing beyond expectations. The following year saw the release of Hard Target, John Woo's debut Hollywood film. Initially, Kurt Russell was considered for the lead role, but scheduling conflicts led to Van Damme's casting. Woo, impressed by Van Damme's dedication, expanded the film's action sequences to showcase his skills. Despite initial editing challenges due to its graphic content, Hard Target emerged as a financial success, earning acclaim for its action-packed direction. 1994 proved to be a milestone year for Van Damme with the release of Time Cop. Based on a Dark Horse comic book series, the film featured Van Damme as Max Walker, a time-traveling law enforcement agent. Boasting Ron Silver and Mia Sara in supporting roles, Time Cop became Van Damme's highest-grossing film to date, solidifying his status as an action star. In Time Cop, Van Damme portrayed Max Walker, a dedicated police officer in 1994, who later becomes a U.S. federal agent in 2004. The plot thickens as Walker navigates the perils of time travel crime while also confronting the nefarious schemes of a corrupt politician, played by Ron Silver, and grappling with personal dilemmas involving his wife Melissa, portrayed by Mia Sara. Simultaneously, Van Damme is starred in Street Fighter, based on the popular video game franchise. Directed by Steven D. Usa, known for his work on Die Hard and Commando, the film faced production challenges, including budget constraints and health issues among the cast. Filming in Thailand presented its own set of obstacles, from political unrest to adverse weather conditions, but the cast and crew persevered. However, behind the scenes, Van Damme's personal struggles with substance abuse and erratic behavior threatened to overshadow the reports of Van Damme's substance abuse and unprofessional conduct circulated within Hollywood circles, casting a shadow over his reputation. Still, Street Fighter garnered attention for its star-studded cast and action-packed sequences. Despite the film's financial success, Street Fighter received mixed reviews from critics, with some highlighting its flaws while others appreciated its campy charm. Undeterred by setbacks, Van Damme continued his prolific career, starring in films like Sudden Death and The Quest. However, controversy ensued when Frank Dux, the kickboxer portrayed in Bloodsport, sued Van Damme for allegedly plagiarizing his script and misrepresenting his martial arts skills. Despite the legal dispute, Van Damme emerged victorious, reaffirming his place in Hollywood's action pantheon. Criticisms and challenges faced by Van Damme in 1996, alongside The Quest, Jean-Claude made a memorable appearance on the hit TV show Friends, guest starring in the two-part episode, The One After the Super Bowl. The episode featured a humorous subplot where characters Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox vied for the attention of the action star, leading to a comedic quarrel between the two. However, reports from behind the scenes suggest that Van Damme proved to be a challenging collaborator, with allegations of unprofessionalism and difficulty managing him on set tarnishing his reputation. What's particularly unsettling are the accounts from Jennifer Aniston and Courtney Cox, who reportedly felt uncomfortable during scenes involving intimate moments with Van Damme. According to Lembeck, both actresses separately approached him, expressing discomfort and requesting that Van Damme refrain from inserting his tongue during kissing scenes. Continuing his silver screen streak, Van Damme starred in the action-packed thriller Maximum Risk, directed by Hong Kong filmmaker Ringo Lam, marking Lam's American debut. The film paired Van Damme with actress Natasha Henstridge amidst rumors of on-set romance. Following this, Van Damme teamed up with basketball legend Dennis Rodman in the action-comedy Double Team, directed by renowned Hong Kong director Tsui Hark. Throughout these projects, Van Damme maintained his image as a formidable and indestructible hero, both on screen and in interviews, where he often highlighted his sporting achievements from his days in Belgium. However, his claims of martial arts prowess faced scrutiny from figures like Don Dragon Wilson, a prominent kickboxer who challenged Van Damme's martial arts credentials, accusing him of exaggerating his achievements. Wilson's accusations sparked a debate within the martial arts community, with some questioning Van Damme's authenticity despite Van Damme's attempts to defend himself, including refusals to engage in professional fights, critics remained skeptical, citing discrepancies in his on-screen fighting style compared to authentic martial artists like Benny Urquidez and Bill Wallace. Amidst his professional triumphs and challenges, Van Damme grappled with personal turmoil, marked by strained familial relationships and public altercations. During this period, his life took a dramatic turn with the arrival of Darcy Lapierre, a captivating brunette often referred to as MS. Hawaii. Their encounter marked the beginning of a whirlwind romance. Darcy's bold invitation to Van Damme and his immediate acceptance signaled the start of a passionate relationship. Unlike previous fleeting connections, Darcy stood out as someone truly special to Van Damme. Following his divorce from Gladys, Van Damme married Darcy, who left her husband for him, though she later expressed regret over her decision. Nevertheless, their union marked a romantic peak in Van Damme's life. The couple's public displays of affection, intimate interviews, and sultry magazine photo shoots captivated audiences worldwide. However, his marriage to Darcy hit a breaking point in 1996, when she discovered his affair with Playboy model Isabel Forte, sparking a public scandal. Although they briefly reconciled in 1997, their relationship deteriorated further, culminating in a violent incident in Paris, where Darcy accused Van Damme of threatening her life. Another intriguing aspect of Van Damme's life is his affair with Kylie Minogue during the filming of Street Fighter in Thailand. Despite initial denials, Van Damme eventually confirmed the affair years later. The subsequent divorce proceedings between Darcy and Van Damme unveiled further turmoil, with allegations of substance abuse and domestic violence. Van Damme's struggles with addiction have been well documented. At one point, he battled a severe cocaine addiction, consuming up to 10 grams per day, which amounted to staggering financial costs and legal troubles. Despite attempts at rehabilitation, including a brief stint in rehab, he found himself trapped in a cycle of destructive behavior. This tumultuous period coincided with a string of lackluster films, many of which went straight to DVD, earning him the unflattering moniker Jean-Claude Van Desperate. Amidst the legal battles, Van Damme faced a paternity suit from Darcy, which confirmed his fatherhood but resulted in hefty alimony payments. The fallout from his failed marriage, coupled with his struggles with addiction, plunged Van Damme into a period of personal crisis. Despite attempts at rehabilitation, Van Damme's addiction persisted, exacerbating his mental and emotional turmoil. The actor's battle with substance abuse reached a critical juncture during the filming of Knock Off in Hong Kong, where he went into a severe depression. His addiction nearly cost him his life, prompting a moment of reckoning where he contemplated suicide but ultimately chose life. How Van Damme's reputation spiraled downwards amid his struggles. Universal offered Van Damme a lucrative deal for 3 films, signaling a potential career revival. However, his demand for a salary comparable to Jim Carrey's backfired, leading to his exclusion from mainstream Hollywood projects. Despite this setback, Van Damme remained determined to reclaim his career, albeit on his own terms. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, Jean-Claude Van Damme found himself grappling with the ebbing tide of his once cresting popularity. Despite starring in several action flicks like Legionnaire, Universal Soldier, The Return, and Inferno, his films failed to recapture the fervor of his earlier successes. However, 1998 marked a particularly tumultuous year for the action star. In a dramatic turn of events, he found himself embroiled in a physical altercation with Chuck Zito, a former bodyguard and member of the Hells Angels biker gang. Van Damme and his close friend, Hollywood actor Mickey Rourke, decided to hit up a strip club in New York City. Interestingly, Chuck Zito was in the same club. Now, Chuck and Jean-Claude had a history. They had parted ways and become enemies mainly because Zito started dating Darcy Lapierre. Witnesses recounted that Van Damme wasted no time in reigniting the flames of their old animosity. He started the altercation by throwing some verbal jabs at Zito, labeling him a man without a heart. Zito, never one to back down, retaliated with even harsher words. Things quickly escalated into a physical confrontation, with Zito landing a blow so powerful that it sent Van Damme sprawling to the floor. But that wasn't the end of it. Zito continued to rain down blows on the fallen actor. Fortunately for Van Damme, his friend Mickey Rourke intervened just in time. Rourke swooped in, grabbed Van Damme, and whisked him out of harm's way. In a subsequent interview, Rourke candidly admitted that if he hadn't been there, Chuck would have killed him. The brawl left Van Damme battered and bruised. Simultaneously, Van Damme's personal life was spiraling into chaos. Reports emerged of disruptive behavior at the Breakers Hotel in Palm Beach, further tarnishing his public image. Here, Van Damme and his buddies had booked the most luxurious suite. Things got out of hand when some intoxicated young women they had invited started behaving recklessly, leading to a bizarre scene where a sofa ended up flying out of the window. It was later discovered that Van Damme has grappled with mental health challenges, particularly bipolar disorder. For years, he struggled without a proper diagnosis, relying on his rigorous training regimen to manage his mood swings. It wasn't until 1998 that he was diagnosed with rapid cycling bipolar disorder and began receiving treatment. Despite the stigma surrounding mental illness, Van Damme has been vocal about his experiences, shedding light on the importance of seeking help and destigmatizing mental health issues. Amidst all this turmoil, Van Damme reconciled with his third wife, Gladys Portugues, tying the knot for the 5th time in a ceremony in Belgium. However, marital bliss was short-lived. as Van Damme's struggles with alcohol came to a head in a drunken driving incident that same year. The incident made headlines, casting a shadow over his attempts at redemption. With his personal tribulations, Van Damme still persevered in his career, starring in action films like Replicant and The Order. His 40th birthday in 2001 brought a glimmer of joy, celebrated on the set of his film Replicant in Sofia, Bulgaria. Surrounded by close friends and family, Van Damme found solace amidst the chaos of his personal life. Yet his film career continued to wane, with movies like Wake of Death failing to resonate with audiences. However, amidst the sea of forgettable films, Van Damme's performance in JCVD emerged as a beacon of hope. Portraying a fictionalized version of himself, the film offered a candid glimpse into his tumultuous life, earning praise from critics and audiences alike. His portrayal was hailed as one of the year's best, marking a moment of redemption for the action star. In an iconic scene in JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme delivered a 6-minute monologue, looking straight into the camera with tears in his eyes. Having overcome his addiction and reflected on his life, his poignant performance resonated with audiences and critics alike, heralding his return to the mainstream spotlight. It was a raw, emotional moment where he bore his soul, reflecting on his dreams and failures. As he reviewed that scene, he couldn't help but feel ashamed of how he had let his career slip away. Despite the potential for a career revival with JCVD, Van Damme chose to prioritize his furry friend over promotional campaigns. When his dog faced a health crisis in Thailand, Van Damme didn't hesitate to be by its side. The action star's relationship with his children. When it comes to family life, Van Damme shows a different side of himself. Despite his turbulent nature, he actively supports his children in pursuing their dreams. Let's start with Christopher, Van Damme's eldest son. From a young age, Christopher was drawn to the world of entertainment and decided to follow in his father's footsteps. Not only is he an actor and producer, but he's also ventured into screenwriting and directing. He even had the opportunity to collaborate with his father on several projects like Derailed, 6 Bullets, and Assassination Games. In fact, his first screenwriting credit came from the action-packed film, The Tower, which was produced by none other than his father. Now, on to Bianca, the middle daughter. Unlike her father, Bianca never had an interest in martial arts or Hollywood. Instead, she was deeply involved in figure skating until an injury forced her to step back from the sport. However, her passion for storytelling led her to explore filmmaking. After completing school, Bianca embarked on a journey with her father, studying acting alongside her brother. Jean-Claude fully supported her endeavors, even casting her in his own films like The Eagle Path and Assassination Games. Her talent didn't go unnoticed either. After the release of a documentary about their family called Jean-Claude Van Damme, behind closed doors, director Dominic Burns offered her a role in his film, Alien Uprising. Lastly, we have Nicholas, Van Damme's youngest son. Unfortunately, Nicholas had a tumultuous upbringing due to his parents' constant legal battles and turbulent relationships. This instability likely contributed to his troubles as a teenager, including run-ins with the law for assault and possession of prohibited substances. Despite these challenges, Nicholas has shown potential in the film industry, making his debut in his father's film Kickboxer Retaliation. Like his siblings, he may very well continue to carve out a path in the entertainment world. Regardless of the controversies surrounding Van Damme, there's no denying the widespread admiration for his talent and contributions to the industry. Millions of fans worldwide continue to appreciate his work, proving that his legacy transcends personal challenges. Where is Van Damme now? There was the legendary showdown between Van Damme and Steven Seagal, recounted by Sylvester Stallone. It's a tale of machismo and rivalry, with Van Damme emerging as the undisputed victor. And let's not forget his return as Luke Devereaux in Universal Soldier Regeneration, breathing new life into the franchise with his compelling performance. Amidst personal upheavals, Van Damme found love again with Ukrainian beauty Alyona Kavarina. Their romance lasted over a decade. Despite his marital ties, Despite his maintaining his marriage with Gladys, Kavarina's presence remained somewhat secretive, often portrayed as Van Damme's assistant, rather than a romantic partner. Because of his desire to maintain his marriage with Gladys, Kavarina's presence remained somewhat secretive, often portrayed as Van Damme's assistant, rather than a romantic partner. In 2015, with Gladys' step of filing for divorce from Van Damme for the second time, citing irreconcilable differences as the decision. It was a challenging period, but just 2 months after the divorce papers were filed, she and Van Damme chose to reconcile once again, marking the second time they had made such a decision. Back in 2010, Van Damme declined a role in Sylvester Stallone's The Expendables, which ultimately went to Dolph Lundgren. However, he later appeared in the sequel, portraying the main villain, adding depth to the ensemble cast of mercenaries battling against a formidable foe. The Expendables 2 became a box office success, grossing over $310 million worldwide, although critics offered mixed reviews, praising its action while criticizing its plot and dialogue. But Van Damme's career wasn't just about action films. He ventured into comedy with Jean-Claude Van Damme, showcasing his comedic chops and self-awareness. And who can forget his surprising ranking as one of the most profitable actors, beating out Hollywood heavyweights with his box office success? In recognition of his contributions to Belgian cinema, Van Damme was honored with a statue near the Westland Shopping Center in Belgium in 2012. Depicting him in a dynamic battle pose, the statue celebrates his iconic roles in martial arts films. Additionally, a lesser-known statue in the village of Van Damme, Azerbaijan, pays homage to Van Damme's legendary split maneuver, showcasing his enduring influence on pop culture worldwide. Despite retiring from professional fighting in 1982 to focus on his acting career, Van Damme has expressed a desire to return to the ring, even in his later years. He has expressed interest in facing off against Somluk Kamsing, a former gold medalist kickboxer, in a highly anticipated match. While the fight has yet to materialize, his enthusiasm for the sport remains undiminished. Today, Van Damme continues to thrive, lending his voice to animated characters and gracing the screen with his unmistakable presence. He has expressed his dedication to his current marriage, emphasizing his efforts to improve as a husband and father. Additionally, he has openly shared his commitment to sobriety and his ongoing journey to prioritize his mental well-being. While the outcome of his endeavors remains to be seen, Van Damme's resilience and determination are qualities that have defined his career and personal life alike. From his early days in Belgium to the heights of Hollywood and beyond, Jean-Claude Van Damme's story is a testament to perseverance, passion, and the human spirit. His impact transcends the realm of action movies, embracing themes of family, perseverance, and adaptability. Amidst the rollercoaster ride of fame, one fact remains undeniable: Jean-Claude Van Damme's legendary splits and backflips are far from fading into obscurity. Finally, join us next time as we uncover more untold stories of your favorite stars. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more fascinating tales. Thanks for watching, and remember, everyone has a story